Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, time for Little Wisdom Wednesday. I wanted to thank one of my patients for giving me a nice long list of things that would be good to talk about on Wednesdays. If you all have any ideas, please feel free to email me here at drcasad@conniecassadmd.com, and that's DRCASAD. Be happy to address things that you might have questions on. I love to get ideas. It's helpful. Anyway, today I thought I would talk a little bit about alcohol and in particular women's health. And we touch a little bit on men's health, but really and truthfully women's health, because we're seeing a significant increase in alcohol consumption, not only just in the last 18 months, which we have. Heavy drinking days for women are up 41% based on some studies that have been done. But even before that, we were seeing almost 1-to-1 women to men in terms of heavy drinkers and alcohol issues in women. It used to be a 3-to-1 ratio of men to women, and now it's almost 1-to-1, and that's huge. And I think what is not well understood is the fact that as women, being a heavy drinker, you're just much more susceptible to the ill effects of alcohol, and in particular in the areas of just chronic disease, liver disease, heart disease, increase in cancer risk. It seems to be much more of an issue and more quickly apparent in women. And the reason for that we've come to understand is, as smaller humans, we have a smaller total body water content. And so every drink just has a higher concentration, which then can be an issue as far as what damage alcohol can do to us. We are finding that women are driven to drink more because of anxiety, depression, which is running rampant and certainly has increased over the last 18 to 20 months. And for women who drink 1 to 2 glasses a night, it's now 2 to 3 glasses a night, and if you open a bottle, you might finish that bottle. But because of this increased concentration over the as far as the body is concerned, because of our total body water being smaller than that of men, excuse me, we're seeing more ER visits at the hospital. From 2006 to 2014, 70% more women were going to the ER for alcohol-related issues, whereas it was only 58% as far as men are concerned in terms of increased visits in the ER. Cirrhosis also is becoming more of a problem with women, and that from 2009 to 2015, it's a 50% increase in women developing cirrhosis, and only 30% increase during that same time period with men. Women seem to have had better outcomes in treatment groups where there's only women, which is very interesting, I think. So there are gender-specific treatment options, and they found that because a lot of the AA literature has been written for and by men, that having some gender-specific options are much more preferable for women to work through a lot of their childhood trauma and some of the abuse that they have incurred through their lives. So I think that that's one thing to keep in mind, is if you are experiencing issues or know anyone that is experiencing issues with alcohol, you might want to consider seeking out a female-only treatment program for that particular issue. I am seeing women coming in all the time who are drinking more and more starting in the evening and having wine, and we know that really a serving of wine is 5 ounces, and that's it. And when you look at what we consider the French paradox, which is drinking wine with dinner, that's all they do. They don't just drink wine to unwind, they have it with a meal. And that's so different than what we see here in our country in terms of wine consumption and or just liquor consumption. But there's really no safe amount. The American recommendations in this country are 5 ounces of wine, 1.5 ounces of liquor would be safe once a week. And women are really not supposed to drink more than 7 drinks a week, and certainly no more than 2 to 3 drinks at any one time. And you should limit that to only once a week. So what kind of issues do happen with overconsumption of alcohol? It increases your risk for heart disease, stroke. Of course, we can imagine brain damage, cancers, particularly of the mouth, throat, esophagus, and liver, but also increased risk for breast cancer and colon cancer. There are increasing risks for stomach ulcers, also hepatitis, cirrhosis, pancreatitis, and as well as obesity, malnutrition, and bone loss. So all of these things can be subsequent to alcohol consumption. And we also know, since we've talked a lot in the past about sleep, that it can fragment sleep and basically kind of put you in a coma, but you don't get natural sleep, and you definitely will have reduction in your REM sleep. So alcohol has many, many ramifications, and in particular for women, because our body compartment is smaller, particularly the water compartment in our body, the increased concentration can definitely play a larger role in seeing earlier and earlier disease processes as well as addiction. So if you have any issues and need help, please reach out. And if you were drinking 1 to 2 glasses every night, I would encourage you to really look at that and look at ways that you might be able to reduce that. I try to tell a lot of folks, just drink a glass of water at least between drinks if you're struggling at all, and just try to cut back. And if you are drinking more than 2 to 3 glasses of wine at night, that is an issue and should be addressed. And if we can help you in any way, please let us know. You all have a great week. We do have holidays coming up, and there will be significantly more consumption of alcohol. I would encourage you to plan around that. Make sure that you do have food in your stomach and that you try to have water or some kind of other beverage between drinks so that perhaps it can help you limit your consumption. And just know that if you do have parties coming up, just try not to drink during the week. I think a lot of people can really do well by just avoiding alcohol during the week and reserve that for special occasions and perhaps during the weekend. Anyway, you all have a great week. And like I said, if you have any great ideas, please feel free to email me. I'll be happy to address questions that you all have. And I look forward to continuing to visit with you each week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.